Hello, everybody. I'm the Woofs. Very nice to meet you. We're going to be playing a Monkey Island game. I do not know yet which Monkey Island game, which is a little bit scary. But before we jump into it, I'd like to introduce my digital couch via the internet. frozenspade, are you there?
Howdy, howdy. frozenspade here, ready to lay it down.
Wow, excellent. Yeah, so Spade is the world record holder currently in Monkey Island 2 and former world record holder in Secret of Monkey Island. So good company for us on this run here. I guess without further ado, let's figure out what we're playing here.
The winner of the bid war at $1,910 was Monkey Island 1.
All right, the OG, very
All right,
good.
let's go.
Insult sword fighting, it is. Okay, so before we get started on Monkey Island 1, it's, literally the first input we're gonna do is a glitch, so worth us talking about that. So you notice right here, there's a little sparkle over the Lucasfilm Games logo here. It looks very, very nice. There's actually a trick we're gonna do by skipping at a very certain point during that sparkle, which is going to adjust the frame rate to go just a smidge faster. Do you know how much it is, Spade?
So the game normally runs at a crisp low 10 FPS.
That's all you need.
By doing the speed glitch, that we increase that to a nice cruising 12 FPS, which is if you do the math, and I don't recommend doing math on stream, but if you do the math, that's 20% faster.
Oh.
So a 30-minute run without speed glitch compared to the same run with the speed glitch, you'd save 6 minutes of time, which is crazy.
That is cooking. Buckle in, 12 FPS. This is gonna be something to behold here. All right, let's get started then. I'll count you in from 5 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do it.
All right, we got in.
All right,
Let's
Spade.
go.
So this is a, obviously a point and click game from 1990 from Lucasfilm, later to be known as LucasArts. Not a traditional speedrun by any stretch. It's kind of a narrative game first. Before we get started though, let's have a quick cozy check. Are we feeling cozy out there? We're cozy in the game.
Feeling nice and cozy over here.
All right, good. Cozy check passed. All right, Spade, would you like to get everybody up to date with kind of what the storyline is, since it is a narrative game, right?
Yeah, so we are playing as Guybrush Threepwood, wannabe pirate, and our immediate goal is to become a pirate by completing the 3 trials. Now, we don't need to stop and talk to the pirate leaders here, but they will be the ones to kind of set you on that quest. So that is the trial of thievery, the trial of sword huntery, treasure huntery, and sword fighting. Excuse me.
We will
It's
be
early.
hunting down a sword as well, so it's it's true in some angles there. Yeah, so that's kind of our first goal, is to try to get through these 3 trials so we can be a real pirate. So we're first going to get a little bit of money from the circus here. They're looking for kind of a candidate to test out their cannon, the classic "I'm going to get shot out of a cannon" trick. We don't have a real helmet. We're going to use this pan as it's close enough, right? And this
that'll work.
This should get us enough money to get started on our things. Because to do the rest of the trials here, we're going to need money. So that's kind of what we're going to be going on here. So yeah, as a point-and-click adventure, there's kind of 2 main bits, I guess, to how you get through this game, right? There's what we call kind of dialogue puzzles, so going through dialogue trees to advance the storyline, and then also literally picking up anything that's not nailed down, as the old adage goes. So we'll be taking a lot of items on the way through here. Every visit that we do to a certain room, we try to get the highest value out of there by picking everything up that we can, combining things as we go. And there's a kind of an art to how this whole thing works. Would you agree, Spade?
Yeah, there's a lot of subtlety to controlling Guybrush's movements and managing your inventory while you're going through everything.
Yeah, I often refer to this kind of as like kind of playing the piano when you're not really great at the piano and you kind of finally get like a good flourish and a good phrasing or whatever. It's kind of how this game feels when you do it right, because there's a lot of timing and a lot of kind of prep. Obviously, it's very execution-based, as you might guess by it being a point-and-click game. There is a lot of pointing and clicking, but there is a little bit more going on under the hood, which is cool. Hopefully, we'll get to a little bit of that. This is a game that has movement tech, which is something that I think is kind of a funny thing to say in a point-and-click adventure game. We'll talk about what we call movement a little bit later. But Spade, we're going to do a crazy trick here. Do you want to tell everybody about this?
Yeah,
It's a
I will
strat,
explain.
really. Yeah.
So what we're going to attempt to do is, once we excuse the shopkeeper from his shop, is attempt to break into the safe early. And this is what we call credit early. So normally you come here later after you realize you need a note of credit to buy your ship to get to Monkey Island. But what we're going to do is be just randomly throwing in combinations to the safe and hoping that we get it. Now, this is obviously very RNG based. The combination is set once we enter the room. So what the Woofs is doing right now is inputting a selection of the fastest to put in combinations. There's 4 sets of 4 either pushes or pulls on this lever here.
Dang, nothing on that one.
And yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a really,
But
really.
you gotta go for it.
Yeah, it's a risk it for the biscuit type of strat there. It can save something like a minute to 45 seconds, somewhere in that range.
It's around 45 seconds of time save if you get it.
And it's kind of a dwindling thing, right? Because the earlier you get the combination, the more time save you get, and everything after that kind of that. For me, at least, the way I do this is like around the 16th combination that we try, you're kind of falling behind, as if you hadn't done it, actually might have been better for you. Oh, we got the weird glitch. We're going to come back around to do another.
Get to do another loop.
Another loop. This is a nice little background, so we'll kind of enjoy that for what it's worth here. We're looking for a couple items here. Mainly the gopher repellent is the one we want, but we also do have the wax lips for show. A completely useless item, which I find to be quite funny. It makes the game casually quite difficult because you end up carrying a lot of this junk till the end of the game, and none of it's useful, but they're always like kind of funny items. And they keep doing that in the sequel as well. Shouts out to the Elvis plate. Completely useless, but it's also great. All right, so as part of this, we also need to eventually get a crew together. So we're kind of setting ourselves up a little bit here by talking to Otis. Additionally, we're getting this file, which we need to be able to get the Idol of Many Hands for our thievery challenge here. Idol of Many Hands, a great name.
Yeah. So the routing here works out nicely. Once we complete this trial here in the mansion, it's going to spit us out much closer to the exit of Melee Town. It's going to save us a lot of time spent walking out. So once we're done here, we're going to walk out and then begin our journey into the trial of sword fighting. We'll have to, the ultimate goal is to defeat the sword master there.
That's right. Shouts out to Carla. Certainly a barrier to fast times. This is kind of where the RNG starts to hit in here. If you've ever done the sword fighting part casually, you know that all of these things are kind of random. There's like a set pool of insults and responses. We'll get into that a little bit more here shortly, but yeah, it's a major difficult part of the run, even with some of the strats that we do. We took a very specific dialogue here as to get a insult up front. This is going to help assist us kind of do this extremely YOLO strat with the sword fighting stuff here. So Spade, I'll actually throw it to you because this is going to use literally all of my bandwidth in my brain. So go ahead.
So I will do my best to explain here. So the process here to even begin to fight the Swordmaster means we need to defeat 3 of these random pirates that are wandering around the map here. And so to defeat them, you need to successfully insult them 3 times, where you insult them and they don't have a witty comeback. But to do so, we need to collect insults by hearing them used against us. And then once we use an insult against a pirate, we need to hear the correct response. And then, so hearing those will kind of bank them into our bank of available options. So
Quick
to
glitch
defeat,
here.
oh yeah,
Bloop.
check it out. And then boop, we're on the other side of that chasm. It's a small time save through the maze here to get the, we're also doing the treasure hunting here in the middle of sword fighting. This helps us to, once we exit the forest here, it'll kind of reset which pirates are spawned. So hopefully we get a good spawn here.
Yeah, this is much better.
Okay, this will work, yeah.
Oh, we just got, get back here. There we are.
It can be tricky to, you also have to deal with the random spawns of the pirates, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we got that free insult from the troll, the bridge troll there. So we're gonna try and learn that one. And that's in addition to the 2 free starter ones. That'll put us up to a total of 3. What we need is a total of 5 responses to use against Carla. Now the trick with Carla is that she uses a unique set of insults, and all we get to bring to the fight is our selection of witty comebacks. So once we get those 3 between our first free 2, the 1 from the troll, we're also going to be searching for a multi-response. Now these are, there's 4 different insults where the response is able to count against 2 different insults from Carla. Okay?
So we have breath.
We have breath. Okay, that's worth noting that so 3 out of those 4 kind of will sit under your default 3, but breath actually sits right in the middle, so you have to just kind of remember, okay, those, like half of those responses get pushed down 1 option.
Okay. Yeah, this is kind of the trickiest of the bunch because of that. You get kind of your muscle memory ready to go for those. Yeah,
I was going to say, I think we can squeeze in a couple donations while we make our way to Carla here.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. We have $25 from the Meows. Good luck to the Woofs. Bonnie and I wish we could be there. We love you. Have the best run.
Shouts out to my wife and my dog.
And $20 from Omesta. Shout out to the Woofs and Speedy Adventures. Good luck and go fast.
Thanks, Omesta.
Yeah, Omesta, another Monkey Island speedrunner of the Curse of Monkey Island, the 3rd game. But again, so he mentioned Speedy Adventures. I think it's an apt time to shout that out. That's our Discord server for all things point-and-click adventure games speedruns. But here we are at Carla. So let's see. So we're making heavy use of saving and loading here to quick saving, quick loading to find the insults that we have the responses to. And we have the exact minimum amount of responses at 5. You need to kind of push Carla back 5 times to win. Looks like it's going well so far.
Yeah, this
Keep
is
an eye out.
3 of 5 so far. This is where the guts kick in here. All right,
This
one
is
more.
what we like to call reading comprehension. You want to try to quickly decipher everything here. So once you get to the last one, you're going to need to get lucky.
There's shish
There it
kebab.
is.
Perfect. Okay, sword fighting done.
All right, that's our 3 trials done.
Yeah,
We're a pirate now.
we are. Oh, we did it. Yeah, look at us. We're all pirates now. Okay, so we did not get credit early. So that makes the route go down here. We get to visit Stan S. Stanman to talk about getting a used ship from the used ship yard here. Stan's a great character. A reoccurring one over the Monkey Island universe there. So we basically talked to Stan here to unlock the credit conversation that we'll do to get the normal credit on time. That's what we like to say. So yeah, that'll unlock something with the shopkeeper. But this is, I always talk about this. This is probably my favorite puzzle in all of Monkey Island 1 here. And this is the infamous mug puzzle. So if you ever did this casually, you probably were like me and you grabbed every single mug in here. The whole idea is to basically transfer the grog that's in the kitchen there all the way over to Otis's cell because we're going to break him out. But I'm here to inform you that we're going to do it with just 2 mugs, which seems crazy because sometimes all of the mugs didn't seem like it was enough. But we can kind of rush over here, do a transfer there. You can see that the grog is actually destroying the mug, which is why this is kind of an interesting timed puzzle. But there we go. It's so corrosive that we can just melt the lock. Boop. And then this is helpful, obviously, because we need to start getting a crew together. We're going to be sailing off after LeChuck, kind of our antagonist. And so Otis joins there. We're going to get Carla, and we're also going to get a character called Meat Hook. Spade, actually, this is probably a good time to talk about the story again, now that we've kind of pushed it forward a little bit. We do get a little glitch here, though. Boop, 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 boop. We'll take
Nice,
the
fair
quick,
glitch.
The quick,
shopkeeper goes
quick route
right
here.
up to the safe. So what's going on is that now, once we finish the 3 trials, The ghost pirate LeChuck shows up and kidnaps Governor Elaine Marley, who I think we got a brief glimpse of in the governor's mansion there where we stole the idol. And so our quest now is, now that we are love-stricken, we need to get a crew together and sail after her. So we got to get our 3 crew members and a ship. So the credit here is going to help us buy the ship. And we already have 1 crew member, so we're going to have to go pick up the next 2. Let's see here.
That should be it. There we go.
There we go.
I had to take a second look at that one. So that is obviously random, hence why we don't always get credit early. So you have to watch the shopkeeper quite carefully. So now we're going to head up to Meat Hook, and we're going to... You go ahead.
Yeah, let's throw in a couple donations while we got a long walk here.
Yeah, this is a hike here.
Perfect. We have $25 from Vicarious Vice, says, look behind you, a 3-headed monkey. Along the same lines, we have $5 from Jolly Patoo, behind you, a 3-headed donor.
Okay, one more.
We have $10 from Zithenru, donating in honor of the pipe that burst at work so I can watch Monkey Island. Let's hear it for the bone-chilling cold of the Northeast. Also, hi, speed friends. Thank you so much.
Interesting circumstances. Glad you got to watch. All right, we have to prove our mettle here. To get Meat Hook on our side, we have to basically prove that we're a tough guy. So we're going to touch this very scary monster that's hidden behind this door here that may or may not just be a parrot. But he's very impressed. So we've now gotten Meat Hook on our side. We're going to use probably my favorite single item in this game, the rubber chicken with the pulley in the middle to kind of traverse the gap here. That's some chicken, goes both ways, which is always good. And then our final bit of crew here is Carla. Carla's the easiest of the group. We just need to give her this ransom note that we got, and she will join up. And then from here, we're going to go and do the old adventure game trope of going to buy a used ship. So here we go, note to Carla. So one thing that you may have seen me do throughout the run so far is you may see me, like if you've got this cursor down here, you may see me kind of wiggling it like this. That is a tech that we call schmovement, which is a common name for a lot of movement tech. But by doing this and kind of spam clicking the left click button to basically move forward, it forces Guybrush to move a little bit faster. I'll throw it to you, Spade, quick, because this is quite a difficult dialogue that we're about to jump into. But
yeah, so really quickly, so we have to haggle with Stan to kind of buy this ship in the back here. So the value of the ship starts at 10K. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of walk away, and this will get Stan to lower the value. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, all these extras, I don't care about them. We're going to do that 6 times, and that's going to get the value down to 6,750, which will be enough to, once we offer him 5K, he'll take that deal, and we have ourselves a ship.
It's a little bit of a junker, but we're going to make it work. But just to close the thought up about the schmovement thing, the wiggling basically makes Guybrush take big steps. There's basically 2 steps that you can take, a big one and a small one. And obviously big ones are bigger, so they make Guybrush move much, much faster. So if we're moving to the left or upwards, you'll see me doing that wiggling, since we'll only be taking big steps and it saves a significant amount of time. It does depend room to room, but it's always worth going for. All right, we've moved on to part 2. We're on the ship now. We now need to try to get to Monkey Island, which is where LeChuck is hiding. But to do so, it's interesting. We actually need to cook up a little bit of a stew here, and that's what gets us to Monkey Island. There's some interesting inventory management tech, and this is kind of an important part of the run, honestly, is dealing with the inventory throughout the whole thing. Spade, if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so what we're going to start out here is put the chicken, put the breasts in. We're going to take the map and light it on fire. What this does is it adds a new inventory or new item to our inventory will automatically scroll down. This will help us to kind of get through, dump all the things in our soup without needing to just randomly fly through the inventory. And nice work there from the woofs.
That part is so hard because you're doing a little bit of scrolling, you're doing a little bit of up and down, in and out of your inventory. We didn't really talk about how we're using the verbs, but the verbs are all hotkeyed basically. You can use the grid directly, like you may have done casually, but we're like using U for use and Y for pull and a few other ones. So we're kind of doing that. So now we've did a little callback there, shot ourselves out of the cannon. And we are now on Monkey Island. Now it's never as easy as just going to the ship and going to kind of talk to LeChuck and deal with that stuff. We of course have to go through some more puzzles. So we're gonna continue to gather some new inventory items, and we're gonna traverse the map here. Monkey Island's pretty big. Spade, I'll have you talk about the kind of the map sort of movement tech when we get back to it. But we're about to do a skip called Herman Skip. If anybody has played this game, there's Herman Toothrot, one of the great characters here. Herman is great but slow, so we're going to attempt to skip him here. There's a scripted meetup here. Yep, we got it. That's perfect. That's awesome. So that's a kind of an annoying dialogue that we have to take with him. But if you're quick and you do like this little bit of reading, it actually delays his appearance. And so we're actually able to escape before that actually goes through. A little slide, a little swag slide.
Slide
there.
for swag. Let's go.
Yeah. So if you're really, really quick there, that's a little kind of visual glitch you can get. There's multiple ways to do that puzzle, which I think is kind of cool. So we do that using the spyglass. Here's a warp. Woo. Not really supposed to do that, but that's what we do. And yeah, now we're going to dip down here. We can probably do a couple donations quick if you have them.
Perfect. We have $10 from Archie. Go fast, mouse cursor. And $10 from Samuel Stokes Music. I am rubber, you are glue. I mean, hey, the woofs, good luck to you.
That's great. All right, so we're going to just warp back down to the beach here. It's actually faster to walk, but I have a bad habit of just warping down. We're going to use this boat, and we're going to start heading up to the cannibals. So Spade, do you want to talk a little bit about the movement on Monkey Island and how it's completely different than the rest of the game, which can be interesting and also frustrating?
So while you're on Melee Island, there's a lot of just kind of fixed paths. Monkey Island, by contrast, is much more open area, but it has one interesting change in that if you don't click on a destination, Guybrush kind of slowly walks over, but once you click on an actual location, Guybrush will like run over there. So we always want to like have our mouse ready to be clicking on our next destination and to get Guybrush to really kind of, make haste.
Yeah, so much of this game, and kind of point-and-click adventure speedruns in general, is just to always be moving, right? You always want to be going from point A to point B. The more you can do while you're moving, like adjusting your inventory and things like that, are kind of what the key really is there to a good run versus a slower run. So we've collected all of these bananas. We're going to give them to Jojo the monkey, who's going to do a little bit of help for us, some hanging out, if you will. You'll see what I mean in a moment. But we're ultimately trying to get access to the second largest monkey head that we've ever seen. We initially go in there to grab an idol that we're going to do for kind of a trading situation, and then we'll return to go to kind of confront LeChuck, sort of, kind of. So as we move over this way here, we're just going to show a little monkey see, monkey do. You can pull this little kind of thingy there, little switch, and that'll open the gate for us. Shouts out to Max from Sam and Max, little Easter egg there. Popping in as one of the idols. Let's see. So
let's
that's
squeeze
pretty
in
much
a couple more donations while we go back to the Cannibal Village.
Yeah.
Sure, we have $25 from Retro TKS. Hey Woofs, hey Spade, good luck today and have fun. You do the Speedy Adventure Discord community proud. Go get LeChuck. We also have $25 from Shauna. When I finished Monkey Island 1 for the first time, the final message in the credits said, "Turn off your computer and go to sleep." It was 4 a.m. and I was very freaked out. How did the game know? Good luck, the woofs.
Yeah, there's some pretty funny messages towards the end of the first and second game. So we'll see that towards the end here. All right,
This dialogue here is a little tricky. There's a lot of actual cutscene skipping in the middle here. And if we happen to kind of skip on the wrong beat, it throws us into like another section of the dialogue and it becomes slower. So you just gotta, stick to your guns and hit the buttons in the right order and you're good to go.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. But that is like a whole thing that happens, and that's all over kind of these Scum games, to be honest, Scum Engine games, where a dialogue does not, it is a cutscene sometimes, so you can use the cutscene skip button to get through parts of the dialogue, but you would actually never know that it was an actual cutscene until you try doing that, so it's kind of a fascinating thing. But I think we're ready to go here. We're about to head into the other big RNG section, so we've kind of navigated through the sword fighting, and now we need to go into the catacombs. This section, basically, we're going to need to exit correctly 6 times through this particular section, and all the rooms are kind of randomly put together. We don't know which room we're going to get. So you can kind of you can have a good run on this, and you can have a kind of a bad run. We're going to use the same kind of strats where we're going to save here quick, and that way we're going to try to get some faster rooms than normal. This is good because, again, nice quick exit. This one's good because a nice quick exit, except for we got hosed a little bit there. That's okay. This one's fine.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 of these rooms you kind of have to wait just long enough for the game to figure out, oh yeah, that is the correct exit. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for
through. It's looking good.
Yeah, this is, we're actually going to the right here.
Right, hold on.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that was
nice.
That wasn't too bad, even with the with the reset there. So here's a great cut-in. I always love this extremely unsettling close-up on the navigator head. This is kind of how you're supposed to solve that puzzle, as you watch where the navigator head points. The head doesn't always work, though. You have to kind of be patient, as Spade has mentioned. There's a quick glitch that you can get. I didn't get it there, but you can actually put on that necklace and skip kind of the animation of us starting to glow.
I think we were 1 frame early. It's a frame perfect trick there.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
But seeing that we're playing at a nice 12 FPS, 1 frame is a lot bigger than your 60 FPS games.
Yeah, exactly. But saying frame perfect sounds cool, so.
Yeah. Oh, that was absolutely frame perfect trick.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we got to tickle this guy's feet because we need to get this jug o' grog. And now we've been informed that to defeat LeChuck, we need to get this magical voodoo root, and then we can bring it to the cannibals who will make us a voodoo root potion. So right now we are kind of going through this to try to get access to the voodoo root. This is my favorite line in the whole game right here. Oh, good, more inventory. That's all we've been doing. This whole thing is basically picking every single thing up. All right, so the voodoo root is hidden right inside this box. One tricky thing here is you got to make sure you look in the box, otherwise you actually won't pick up the root itself. The game's kind of inconsistent, where sometimes you can open things and you'll automatically pick the item up, and then other times like that you have to look. So it's a bit frustrating. We can do a couple more donations here as we head into the final part of the game, if you have them.
Of course. We have $100 from Jontos. Monkey Island was my favorite game growing up. Love to see it in this event. We also have $5 from Puzzlebox, and I've got a little tip for you. Get the point? Had to donate during one of my all-time favorite games. Good luck on the run, woofs.
Thank you. I'm liking all the insult donations. Those are great. Okay, so here's our voodoo root potion. As you can see, it's very effective. We just deleted that guy. We're gonna quickly go through here. This is the one time we take the door. It's faster because this avoids an interaction down here with that particular pirate. Ghost pirate specifically. So here we go. We're gonna try to save a lane. Go in here, quickly go through this dialogue, and off we go. So we've lost the Voodoo Root Potion, but thankfully it's the same as this root beer. Oh, see you later, Stan. We'll see you in Monkey Island 2. But we're gonna go pick this bottle up here of root beer, which apparently is also magical. Gotta wait for LeChuck to get exact change here. And boop, there we go. And we're really gonna ham it up here at the end. This is one of my favorite parts of this game. These animations are really, really good. If you didn't catch it, we're gonna run the instant replay back here now, just so you can kind of see the final product here. It's so good. Take a look at the blimp cam here, coming from our sponsors.
Time is coming up in like 30 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, when the screen cuts to black, that will be time when the credits will come in here. We've got 2 dialogue options to take. And we're pretty much good to go. Look at this close-up here. This is 1990, by the way. This is, to me, a very timeless kind of image. There's Stan, still floating in the air. And here we go. There's Herman. We decided not to bring him with us. It's a little bit slower, so there we go. And time. And that is it. Secret Monkey Island. Spade,
very nice.
Thank you very much for doing commentary. I greatly appreciate that. And thanks everybody who's here. Appreciate y'all, and thanks chat for watching, donating, etc. Again, shouts out to the Speedy Adventures community. And yeah, it's a good spot to look up if you want to get into more of these runs. And I think that's it for me. I appreciate all the time. It's a great honor to be here at GDQ. Have a good one.
Thanks for having us.
Hey AGDQ, I'm Epiphany, and here's how I speedrun Satisfactory in just under 13 minutes. In a 2 package% run, we have to create 3 bundles of parts broken up into 2 major shipments to be sent back to our employer on Earth. In order to automate them, we first have to build complex factories for metals, electronics, and materials. Playing as intended, one of the parts, Versatile Framework, would require us to make 3,000 iron rods, to make 5,000 screws, to build 400 reinforced iron plates, to make 250 modular frames, and that's just to make 1/2 of one part of this goal. Between that and the massive amount of power it'll take to keep everything running, we have 2 major problems to solve with this run. Let's tackle one problem at a time. To solve our resource issue, we'll use the 007 glitch. By copying the null recipe in a constructor, we can get the machine into a state that allows us to craft any output with no inputs. That means we can make all of those versatile frameworks from earlier without needing any of the things that came before. And, better yet, we can copy and paste this state onto as many constructors as we want. But with all these machines running to generate these parts, we'd need tons of generators to keep our grid alive, right? Well, not quite. It turns out the 007 glitch can help us here too. Before we paste our null recipe to put a machine in a glitched state, we first underclock it so that it uses almost no power, but runs extremely slowly. This is a normal mechanic for managing your power consumption in the game, but watch what happens when we paste the null recipe and then pick an output. The constructor starts producing at normal speed, but it's using almost no power. And it gets even better. We can overclock the machine to run at over twice the speed while still drawing almost no power, enabling us to produce things as fast as we can build the factory. The null, or 00 recipe, was discovered in the 7th major content patch of the game, hence the name 007 glitch. It has revolutionized glitch satisfactory speedruns in the last year, dropping sometimes by over 16 hours and allowing the 2-package run to be completed in just under 13 minutes.
It's finally happening! Yes! Woo! Let's go!
Stay tuned to see this trick and much more in my run of Satisfactory coming up next on AGDQ 2024.
And welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2024, powered by Twitch. Hello, everyone. How are we doing on this Wednesday? Glad to hear so much hype in the room. My name is Thomas Patrick WX, but all my friends call me T-Pat. I know it's cold in Pittsburgh this morning, so let me give you a weather fun fact to warm you up. The hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth is 134 degrees Fahrenheit out of Death Valley, California. Now, doesn't that warm you up on this cold day? So just think about it, being 120 degrees warmer and fixes everything. We've got a lot of fun still yet to come forward today. We are still setting up for the upcoming Satisfactory run, which I know is going to be more than satisfactory, isn't that right? But that is still a couple minutes away, so don't go anywhere. We're already getting some donations in for this upcoming Satisfactory run. Just got $25 in from CW that says, love Satisfactory and Epiphany. Don't let that Caterham overflow. We got $25 from the Capybara Man that says, speed drums, that's a new one, and I'm super hyped for it. Let's get that goal. We do have the bonus run that is open already. I know it's a few hours away. There's already $2,800 out of that $100,000 goal that we need to hit to see Super Mario 64 drum percent. You remember the pre-show when, controllers are just for two hands, but what if you had with wooden stick? That's the run that we're gonna do later on today. So if you do wanna put your donations to that incentive, don't forget to click the drop down. I know we have quite a bit of time before then, but that looks like very cool, a very cool run. So let's get that gold indeed. We got $50 from Miss Magius that says, got to see this drum percent, seems wild, plus excited for Monkey Island, which of course we just finished. That was a very fun run as well. We're already looking forward to the next run. We got $100 from Benny that says, love Satisfactory. Wave at Jetpack Johnny if you see him. We'll remember that for the run for sure. Thank you so much for the donation. We've got $50 from Armelia that says, love AGDQ, and we have been watching the streams for years and will watch for years more. Thank you to all the crew and support staff, and awesome to have you here in Pittsburgh. Thank you so much for the donation. We are glad to be here in Pittsburgh. There's $10 from Danny GG that says, hi AGDQ, I've been following the event from Spain since a long time ago. I'm really glad it's getting more and more popular around the globe. I hope everyone enjoys it and contributes as much as possible. Thank you so much for the donation. And I know we surpassed that $500,000 mark in the past couple hours. So that is incredible to have. And we're not even halfway through the event. And welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2024, live from Pittsburgh. Again, we are staying warm. We are staying hyped on this Wednesday. We're gonna hear a word about some of the cool stuff that happens all the time at GDQ. It's hotfix. So here's a word from J Hobbs.
Go in here. So many pizza pipes. Oh, it's pizza time. We are like, no! I know exactly what happened to you.
Did you like double catches? Did you think this game had a triple catch?
I don't know.
Oh, it sure
my God.
does. Oh, baby. Into the quad back here.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Oh, baby.
So you can just super jump through this level, and it's going to be much faster than doing the level normally. Saves like 17 seconds. Ah, yeah, there you go.
Yo, let's go!
Whee! Cartwheeling through the air, lads.
But now we have to get Dolly. This is actually the only instance of RNG in the run.
Dolly, Dolly.
Let's just say that Dolly isn't the quickest horse. Oh, she finally moves towards us. Great.
Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, it obviously wasn't just J-Hobbs. It was like everybody on the Hotfix team. They do incredible stuff year-round. So remember that GDQ isn't just twice a year. There is content all the time on the GDQ Twitch channel. It is Hotfix every single night with only like a couple exceptions out of the year. So if you want speedrunning content year-round, make sure to check out the amazing people on Hotfix. All right, we are getting word that the next run is ready, so everybody, let's get hyped for Satisfactory Epiphany. The floor is yours.